Hi everyone, how are you doing today? It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in San Jose, California. How are you guys doing today? Let me know where you are watching from. Hi Shop Mimi's Boutique, thank you for joining us. Today we'll be discussing how to have the can-do attitude. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for joining. So as part of my commitment to my 500 subscribers on YouTube, I decided to have this give back series, Wednesday give back series. So I usually come online by this time and then I rub mine. So I share lots of beautiful content on how we can build a better us, how we can build our businesses better, how we can become yeah. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, so as part of my commitment to serving my subscribers, as a token of my appreciation, I created this Wednesday Give Back series. So today we'll be discussing how to have the can-do attitude. First, thank you so much, guys. I hope you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you haven't, I have the link right there in my bio. So today, let's just go straight to today's topic, which is how to have that can-do attitude, how to develop the can-do attitude. So first, I'd like to define what the can-do attitude is. So can-do attitude is a specific kind of attitude, where you believe that you can do something that you set your mind to. It means that you are motivated and capable to do that thing. You have a mindset that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. Let's say and dream big. It comes with dreaming big, thinking big and dreaming big. It's as good as saying, okay, I want to become a senator. When people hear that you want to become a senator, they'll be like, are you dreaming? But really, your dreams are even actually supposed to scare you. Your dreams are meant to scare you. So having that can-do attitude. So it also boils down to our businesses. Where do you see yourself? Where do you want your business to go? Where do you see your business in the next 2 years or in the next 1 year? So that we'll be discussing that can-do attitude, the attitude that helps one to achieve everything that we set our minds to. So, guys, I just dropped a video on how to attract highly successful people in your life. You might want to check it out. I just dropped a YouTube video on how to attract highly successful people in your life. So let's keep on going. So right now I will be starting with an analogy, with a short story. Now there lived a farmer who had, hi Atmos, thank you for joining. There lived a farmer who had a donkey, and the donkey fell into a well. So when the donkey fell into the well, the farmer tried everything he could, to rescue his donkey. But unfortunately, yes, Ashevan, put God in everything, but unfortunately he couldn't rescue his donkey. So he called on his friends, his other, farmer friends, that please, my donkey is in this well, fell into this well, and I'm trying to rescue it. I don't know what to do. So everybody came. Tina, thank you for joining, so everybody tried to rescue the donkey, and guess what? When they couldn't find a solution to it, they decided to bury the donkey. So they started pouring sand into the well, all in a bit to bury the donkey. And guess what? The donkey started shaking off the sand and then was climbing on top of it. So the more they poured the sand to bury the donkey would shake it off and then was climbing. And that was how the donkey was able to escape, from death, from the pit, that he fell into. So we can all be like the donkey. Whatever obstacles that we are facing, we will use it as a stepping stone. Thank you, Essentials. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, I am Bayo Val. Thank you, Tina. So we should use those situations, those circumstances as a stepping stone, to greatness in life. And I'll be sharing a lot of my stories, my life stories, for real. Like when you hear these stories, you'll be scared. You'll be like, so you actually came out of this thing alive. Oh yes, I came out of it alive. So guys, we can all be like this donkey. You shrug off whatever obstacles that you are facing, and then, move on with it, get on with life. Trust me, if Mark Zuckerberg tells you a story today, you'll be like, and you survive. Oh yes. Everybody comes across obstacles at one point in time or the other, but our ability to overcome them quickly is what makes us, or mar us, if you know what I mean. So shake it off. Do you want to start a business? Do you have, you need to develop a can-do attitude before you even do anything. Before you go to college, before you get a job, before you start a business, before you even go into a relationship or whatever. Just have that can-do attitude. You must have that can-do attitude that I can do this thing. This thing is possible and I'm going to make it. It's going to work. So you tell yourself that no matter what you're going through, you shake it off and you step on it, you step on top of it, and that's the whole essence. We are here to ginger you. We're here to ginger your swagger. Like, you guys, relax. Whatever it is that you're going through, somebody else has gone through it and has overcome, and you will overcome it by the grace of God. So if you're in a pit, tell yourself that, be determined and rise up again. Be determined that you will rise up again, and you will. Hi, Preacher Sin, hi, Level. Will sing. So the whole essence is to ginger everybody to work on our dreams, set our faith, set those goals for ourselves. Those goals are achievable. People have done this in the past and they have made it, and it is very, very possible for you. Just set your mind to it. Let's set our minds to all of our goals, and we will definitely achieve every single one of them. So this is also a kind reminder. This is a ginger. This is a series that is meant to like wake you up from that slumber. Can you please release him? Yeah, that's my son. So sorry about that. So let's go straight to how you can start to develop that can-do attitude. Number one, you calm down first. Calm down. There's so many things going on in your mind, so many plans, so many ideas going through your mind. Just calm down first. When you calm down, you're able to think. You're able to relax and find a lasting solution to whatever it is. So you calm down first. And when you calm down, it all starts with your mindset. Everything starts with your mindset. You see those people that you aspire to be like, role models. It could be a business. You may see your business as. This morning, my husband kept on talking about billion-dollar companies, billion-dollar companies. And I'm like, yes, my business is not too small to become a billion-dollar company. And it starts from now. It starts from believing that it will get there, and it will definitely get there. Someday, Rome was not built in a day. So be ready and willing to put in the work. So first step, you calm down, and it starts with your mindset. Then number two, use the most powerful weapon that you have. We all have that weapon, and it is our words. The choice of words that we use. When you tell now look at this. Whatever you call yourself, whatever name you give to yourself is what people will call you. If you call yourself Grace, they'll say, oh, hello, Grace. If you call yourself, Success, they'll say, hello, Success. If you know what I mean. So those words, go a long way. So you need words of affirmation. I also made a video, and I put up some a YouTube video. You can check out all of my YouTube videos. There's a lot of words of affirmation that you can tell yourself daily, and then you keep at it. Tell yourself, I will make it. Tell yourself, I will survive. Tell yourself, it is doable. Tell yourself, I can do it. Tell yourself, it is possible. You tell yourself those positive things. Hi, favorite nurse. Thank you for joining. So today we're discussing how to develop a can-do attitude. I'm sorry I didn't pin it. I think I pinned it. Did I? Okay, let me repin it again because I think I still have it. Okay. So that is it. How to develop a can-do attitude. So last night I was discussing with my sister, and while I was preparing my content for today's live series, today's Give Back live series, and then we were laughing at the problems that we had in the past. How we were able to surmount all those issues. About 18 years ago, I tried to study here in the US. I was living back in Nigeria, and at that age, I'm sure my mates have not tried half of what I tried. Back then, I've always believed in myself. I wanted to study here, and I actually got admission to study international business management at American Intercontinental University. And I tried at that time when I was 17, I was able to get an account with 17 million naira, which was a big deal. It was a lot of money then. Even today, it's still a lot of money. But I was able to get it, and I was able to schedule an appointment at the embassy. I went there, although it wasn't fruitful, but at least I believed in myself. I wasn't given a visa then to come to the US, but at least I tried. It was something, my uncle told me, I am proud of you. Even though this thing has not worked out, but at least I'm proud. The fact that you believe in yourself and you have done it all. I was able to secure admission for myself. I got a form I-20. I got the statement of account. I got all the documents. I got my passport, my international passport at the age of 17 or thereabouts. So if you have that can-do attitude, you can achieve anything in life, anything you set your mind to, and you don't care what people say. Don't care what people will say. You're crazy, and that's normal. That's what they say to every genius. When you start thinking, when you start coming up with those thoughts, those earth-shaking, land-breaking thoughts, that will change the world. People will say this girl is running mad, and it's normal. Be ready, get ready to be called a crazy human being. So today, sorry guys, I drink a lot of water. So yeah, so you tell yourself that you can do it, have that can-do attitude. Tell yourself I can make it and all of that. Then I also want to share the story of my cousin. My cousin grew up, selling, what's it called? They ran a small shop, where they sell food. They sold food at the time. And back then, people were not educated, around them. People they just continue to sell for their parents, and then they just continue life like that, no education, nothing. But, at that time, my cousin would see bankers come to his mom's store to eat every morning, and then he would serve them. So he told himself, I want to wear suits one day. It starts from having that mindset. He told me, I want to wear suit one day. I want to be a banker one day. I want to be successful. I want to go beyond this point. And then he started to work towards. He couldn't speak English at that time. He couldn't speak. And guess what? He enrolled in a class. After classes, he would read, he would do his best, he would try, he would, read out to people. He read a lot of novels, a lot of newspapers, a lot of journals, just so he can get better. And guess what? He got better. One day he called me in the midnight. There's this free calls back then. I don't know if they still do it. These free MTN calls. And then he called me one midnight. It was a free call. And then he spoke at length, and he was speaking like a learned, person. I was so impressed. I'm like, is this you? Is this are you for real? Is this you? I was so impressed, because he put his mind at it right from when he was little. He told himself he was going to make it, he was going to get it done against all odds. So you need to believe that it is possible. Believe in yourself and begin to take action. Last year, and tell yourself that whatever it is that you go through, you will come out of it. That is the can-do attitude. I can do. In fact, the Bible even says, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So you begin to tell yourself that, yes, you can do. Hi, Lucia. Thank you for joining, Lucia. Cousin, so you must have that can-do attitude to achieve anything at all in life. Last year I went through a very bad business problem. It was bad. It was bad. It was enough to just ground someone. But I told myself, I'm going to come out of this thing. And I'm going to come out of it alive. I'm going to come out of it strong. And I came out of it stronger and better, wiser and smarter. There's always a lesson to learn, from all of these issues, from everything that happens. There's always something, there's always a lesson for you to pick, something for you to learn, So always remember to have that can-do attitude. If you have that can-do attitude, then anything is possible for you. I shared my story of, hi, Allah, Babi, Allah, Tom, thank you for joining me. So I shared the story of how I contested when I was in university, when I was studying for my first degree. The first time my sister, when I got to the hostel and I told my sister, hey, I want to contest as financial secretary. She was like, where's the money? I say, watch me. That's what I say. I just say, watch me. And then I start to run. That's me for you. I don't allow anything to stop me. The moment you start saying, I don't have the money, or I don't have the capacity, or do I qualify, or, you start to talk yourself out of, winning. That's it. So, hi, thank you, Blessing. Thank you so much. So avoid negative people around you, because you don't want their negativity to rub off on you. Avoid them by all means at all costs, because, that is where your goal is. Your goal is at the top, right at the top. So you have to ignore all naysayers, all negative people, and move on. I once attended a church, that here in USA, and then they don't like, they're not happy when you go to school. Yeah, they don't want you to do a PhD. They don't want you to have a master's degree. They try to talk you down. They try to tell you, a woman is supposed to be in the house. You're not supposed to do this. Oh, please. In fact, and when I'm going to church, it was so bad that if I have good news, I keep it to myself. Because if you tell them, they will kill that passion. They will try to kill that passion, because nobody can kill the passion in me. They're on their own. Unfortunately, it's not even a black church, so I'm just shocked, so sorry guys. So they will just they are just negative people, and then once you identify those people, you just keep moving. You don't need to bring their stories, your success stories to them. You don't need to give them any kind of don't give them any gist that, oh man, I was able to do this, I was able to complete this task, I was able to gain admission, I was able to write my test, I did the project. And don't tell them, because these people are sad people, and you can't really blame them, because their background, whatever they have experienced in life, is rubbing off on them, on their personalities. But unfortunately, everyone is supposed to move past it, and become better. So there's no point hanging around negative people. So you don't need negative people around you if you are a go-getter. If you have that can-do spirit, simply having that go-getter attitude, about everything in life. Tell yourself, I can do it. What is your line of business? You guys should leave your comments. I want this session to be as interactive as possible as it was last week. Last week was explosive. People were just asking questions, dropping comments, we're just, rubbing minds, let's trash these issues together. So challenge irrational thoughts. Keep a thought. Yeah, you can keep a thought log as well. Write down your thoughts as it's coming. I want to do this, write it down. I want to, you have plans to do this, you write it down. Because honestly, when you go back to that journal sometime later, you'll be like, oh my God, I had this dream. Oh, what's going on? You forgot. But because you have written it down, you're able to go back to it and then reassess and then move on from there. So have a journal. Always write down your thoughts, write out your plans. It helps you a great deal. Then also you have to develop resilience. Develop your resilience. Resilience is like how you're able to withstand obstacles or challenges when they come. By the way, I made a YouTube video on how to develop resilience for success. So please feel free to check it out. I made that video on my YouTube channel. So yeah, that's pretty much. Hi, Kito Mommy for 2. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. So that's pretty much it. So we develop that can-do attitude, develop that resilience. Like I said, I made a YouTube video on how to develop resilience for success. You might want to check it out. Just go to the link on my bio and click on it. Then you can check for all the videos, watch all the videos, leave your comments and let me know your thoughts. Become an activationist. Excellent ideas are not enough. Begin to take action. Begin to take action. Let it go beyond the point of, oh, I want to do this thing. There are a lot of people that say they want to do a lot of things 5 years ago. And that thing has not moved beyond I want to it's done. Like it's already happening. It's becoming a reality. So you have to tell yourself, become an activationist. Start to work on those ideas. One fair idea that is acted upon and developed is 100% far better than a terrific idea that is not followed up. One fair idea that you're able to, take actions and make it happen is better than that great idea. Oh, I want to change, and you don't do anything about it. So what are we talking about? It's like saying, I want to become an astronaut, and you take no step towards making it happen. As opposed to, okay, I want to start a business, I want to sell, even if it's something small. Something small. Okay, I want to do it in electronics. Or I want to go into sales of hair, buying and selling of hair. Or I want to start a blog. Or I want to become a fitness guru or something. If you're able to take take actions, on those small goals, it's better. Far better than having those big dreams and doing nothing about it. So think about it. Let me know your thoughts. Feel free to, drop your comments as well. So we would trash them, and then I've observed that plenty of people have excellent ideas. A lot of people have excellent ideas, but only a select few are able to see their idea, through action. Very few people are able to see through those ideas, So what you want to do is you want to make sure that those ideas that you have, you write them down and you see to it that this thing, you follow through, make sure that it becomes a reality. It comes to a reality. Don't just talk. There are lots of people, talk is cheap. They say talk is cheap, so don't be among those people that just talk. I want to do this, I want to do that, and they end up doing nothing. What are those goals that you have set for yourself? Is it that course? Is it that project? Is it that school? Is it that business? Whatever it is, Stop whining in self-pity. Don't pity yourself. That's another great thing that you have to develop. Do not pity yourself. Just pick up yourself from wherever and start to do it. Thank you, Magenta Stars. Thank you so much. So activations, came up with ideas. Yeah. Are you an active? Okay, we're coming there. We're going there. Okay. We have two categories of people: activationists and passivisionists. Yeah, for the activationists, they come up with ideas and they execute it, without hesitation. These people have ideas and they thank you, P2 Clothing and more. Thank you. Activationists come up with ideas and they execute it without hesitation. They have that embodiment of can-do attitude. So are you an activationist? Are you just someone that, or are you one of those people that have, a business plan today, they have another one tomorrow, they have another one next tomorrow, they have another one next week, but none of them come to pass? I thought top was cheap, but the thinking process is expensive. Yes, so Magenta Stars. The art of making it work, of making it happen is what matters. Of working, staying true to your goals and making those things that you have said become a reality. Those your words, those your plans, bringing it to fruition is what really matters. So like I was saying, activationists, and when they decide to take a vacation, they go on vacation. When they decide to become successful, they do it. When they decide to call a client, they call. When they decide to, book an appointment, they do that. They don't just say, I want to do it, and then next week they're still saying the same thing. I want to, and you'll be like, well, you said this thing last week, haven't you done? I will do it. Those are not activationists, those are passivationists. So these activationists will make that decision a reality with the can-do attitude. So passivationists, on the other hand, these people, yeah, they also are likely to have many ideas, just like the activationists, but they execute none of them. Those are the passivationists. Those people execute none of those dreams, none of those ideas. They just say it, and it's crazy because they're going to allow a lot of dreams to die just like that. They say it, they have it, they conceive it, but they do nothing about it. So, they postpone and procrastinate, their dreams and their goals continually. They just keep on postponing. Like, okay, I will do it now. There's still time. They believe that there's always time. But trust me, there is no time. There is no time. So these people, they have a lot of ideas. Don't be like them. Imagine if you have an idea now, and you're like, I want to do this thing. Don't say I wish, because you can do it. Thank you, Alighton. Don't say I wish to do this thing. Just say I want to do. Just set a date to it. Yes, but with the current situation of the country, how do you activate the business ideas you have in your journal? Okay, P2 Clothing and more. Now, if you have that can-do attitude, thank you for the question, by the way. If you have that can-do attitude, anything is possible. Trust me, I was coming from there, as well. But all of my dreams, I follow through. Take, for instance, before I got married, and even after I got married, I was writing ICANN exams. I was already determined that I'm going to write this exam and I'm going to make it. Even when I don't have the money. Listen to this. Even when I don't have the money. I've shared my story of how I would go to accredited lecture centers. I'll take a bus, a public bus, transport. I will go to the accredited lecture center. I don't have money for lectures. All I do is I just try to gather money for the exam. But I don't have money to take lectures. And when you take lectures, it makes your life easier. It makes your life better. So, because I don't have money for lectures, I will hang around people that have money to take, the lectures. So I would make photocopies of their notes. Yes. You have to hang around where you see yourself. Start hanging around that zone. Trust me, help will come. But if you sit down and say the economic situation is not helping me, no. So, yeah, with the current situation in the country, you can activate what is that business idea that you have. Please tell me, write it in the comments, P2 Clothing and more. Write out that business idea. You'll be surprised that a lot of businesses, big businesses, don't require capital. So it starts with your mindset. And I shared, my story of how I used to be a banker back home in Nigeria, of how I made my salary in one day as a banker. So you have to have an open mind. Don't restrict yourself. Don't say, I don't have, I don't. You'll be surprised. You will be surprised. I kept hanging around the accredited lecture centers and ICA lecture centers, and I was able to, because the exams, the way they set exams change every diet. They call it diet. Every time the exam is due. So every diet, everything changes. And if you attend lectures, they will tell you, oh, these are the things to watch out for. Okay, stop reading these books. These ones are outdated. So the more you hang around them, the more you know what's up. Like, okay, these things are outdated. Okay, I need to up my game. I need to stay on point. I need to stop reading these ones. These ones will never come out. They will never set questions. And trust me, the people that teach and in those lecture centers are the same people that mark the script. So they know what they are expecting. So they tell them that, okay, you guys should read this part. So the more you hang around them, the more I hung around them, the more I know what to, prepare for, what to read. So don't let your current experience. Imagine if I said, oh, I don't have money for lectures, and I sat down at home, or I just kept reading the old school books. I will just keep writing the exam and failing because I don't know what's going on. Because I don't know that the syllabus has changed, the way they said the questions have changed, the way they expect you to answer the questions have changed. So do not restrict yourself. Have that can-do attitude. Hi, Sela JB. Thank you. Thank you, official. Thank you, official DJ Nick. Thank you. A combo. Okay, POS business. I noticed there is none in my area. What do you mean by POS business? Please explain. What do you mean by POS business? So you tell yourself that I can do this thing. Don't limit yourself. Don't look down on yourself. Begin to hang around. Look, I shared the story of my elder sister. She's a car dealer. But before she became a car dealer, she hung around billionaires to know how they think. And she also sold cars for someone right after NYSC. She was at the front desk. She was watching how the procedure was being done. The entire process of, shipping a car in, buying a car, getting a buyer, completing the sales, getting the papers done, doing the car registration and all of that. She was able to go. So what are you doing? Are you just sitting down and limiting yourself and saying, I don't have money? Or are you blaming the government? Trust me. While you are blaming the government, people are also making it big. While you are blaming the government, people are still making it big for real. So stop the blame game. Do not blame anyone and follow those dreams regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what it seems. And people always tell me right from time, Miriam, you have this, you're a go-getter. Hey, your dreams are just something else. Yeah, so if your dreams don't scare you, so what are you doing? If your dreams don't scare you, what are you doing? What are you doing? So tell yourself that you can do it. Then don't be a passivation-ist. Don't be somebody that you have dreams but you're not putting them into actions, or you're not doing anything about it, or you're just still playing the blame game, the blame card, telling people that you give it to me, or are you still telling people that please come here? Are you telling people that you can't do it, and all of that and all of that, So, yeah. So this lack of action, that is in the case of passivationists, this lack of action, lack of success, is a result of having a passive mentality. Don't have a passive mentality no matter what. You tell yourself that I will do it. When you hear about a lot of billionaires today, a lot of them will share stories of how they were once homeless. Homeless. Imagine being homeless, from being homeless to becoming a billionaire. So that result of that passive mentality is what makes people stagnant. But if you have that can-do attitude, if you're an activationist, if you're someone that tells yourself, I can do this thing, I can make it happen, it is possible, then trust me, it will work out for you. It will be possible in your own case. So don't neglect to cultivate that can-do attitude. Okay, daily transactions, both withdrawal, pay bills and everything. It is very lucrative. Okay, POS business. Okay, so what's your question with it? You notice there is none in your area. Okay, so what's your question? What's your question with the POS business? So let's talk. Do you have any goal or dream or plan, that you want to achieve? Let's talk about this thing. It's possible. Feel free to slide into my DM and let's discuss how we can work out a business plan for you and start to make money right here and now in 2020, man. Let's up our game. Like yesterday I was speaking with a colleague of mine back in the bank. We were both bankers, back then. And I was asking him questions like, okay, what's up with business? And then he was like, I don't do anything. Like, are you for real? Are you for real? Don't dull yourself. You look around you, check out what you can do, and it starts by thinking. You go sit down, map out those plans in your head. Think of any business that you want to do. Write it down. It's possible. Now, don't say, I don't have money. Write it down first. Believe that it is possible. I'm not saying you should write it and not put in effort. No way. I'm not talking about that. When you write it down, then you begin to map out plans of how you can bring those dreams, those plans, those goals into reality. By the way, I created a Facebook group called Business Moguls. Feel free to join the group. We help to motivate one another to take our dreams to the next level. We motivate each other to take our business ideas, and our businesses, our current businesses to the next level. So please feel free to join my Facebook group. It's called Business Moguls, where we will ginger you, will cheer you up, we will remind you, of your goals every single day. Midweek today, I'm asked, okay, how far along have you gone with your goals, with your weekly goals, your goals for this week? How far along have you gone? So I ask, we remind ourselves of those, because if you don't remind yourself, you're likely to forget. And when you see people sharing their testimonies, oh, okay, I started making $10,000, from my business every month. You're like, okay, it's possible. And it's the kind of business that you do. It's the same kind of business that you also have a mind to do. So when you hear those testimonies, you're also encouraged. By the end of the week, say Friday, I ask, okay, how far along have you gone with your goals for this week? On a scale of 1 to 100, have you been able to, hi, Kadinko, thank you for joining us, so today we're talking about how to develop a can-do attitude, like I was saying, I created a Facebook group called Business Moguls, where you can actually, we ginger people, we remind and motivate ourselves, yes, thanks for what do you do when you invest in your goals and yes, the results are not encouraging. Awesome. See, it's not meant to be easy, but it's going to be worth it in the end. I can promise you that. I can assure you that. If the results are not encouraging, you can re-strategize. Go back to your drawing board. Ask yourself, check out your competition. Check them out, check what they are doing. What are they doing differently? Then you begin to imitate it gradually. Find a mentor. You can get a mentor. Someone that will put you through, that will pretty much hold your hand and say, okay, follow it this way, do it this way, do it that way. Hi, Sarah Richmond, thank you for joining. We're talking about how to develop a can-do attitude today. So even if your results are not encouraging, you go back to your drawing board and you begin to, do a new roadmap, design a new one, design a new roadmap that would lead to your success. So you can't be doing the same thing and be expecting a different result. They say madness is when you do the same thing and you're expecting a different result. No, if you want a different result, you have to do something different. If you want a different result, you have to do things differently, which is the truth, So, that being said, do you have any goals, or dreams or plans, that you want to achieve? Don't forget to join my Facebook group. It's called Business Moguls. We will motivate you to take your dreams to the next level. We will ginger you. We will, you have no choice because we keep reminding you every single day. Have you made your goals? We'll remind you that, okay, we are halfway through September now. How far with your goals for the month of September? Remind you about your monthly goals. Remind you about your weekly goals, your daily goals, and your quarterly goals for the year. Every quarter, what are your goals? We start to remind you. What are your goals for the last quarter of 2020? We're starting the last quarter of 2020 next month. What are your goals? What do you expect to grow? What do you expect? What changes do you expect to see in your business? In your personal self? What are those changes? What are you doing about it? My beautiful friend called me this morning. We're trying to rub minds on what businesses to do, what to, how to take our dreams to the next. And we talked about real estate. And we're already putting a date to it. We talked about it today, and I'm already saying, give me a date. A start date. When are you starting, when are you writing the exam? When are you beginning? When do you want to start reading? When are you getting the books? So it starts from planning. You set your mind to it. Once you have that can-do attitude, set your mind to anything and believe that it is possible and it will be possible for you. It's going to work out for you. Hang around the right set of people. I already made a video on how to know if you're in the right circle of friends. You may want to check that out. A YouTube video. So hang around the right set of people. What are your friends talking about? What are they saying? Like they say, you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with most of the time. The average of the 5 people that you hang around with most of the time. So what are they talking about? Are they just talking about slaying? Are they talking about Big Brother or whatever? Or are they talking about, what are they talking about really? So you need to be in the right mix, the right set of people. For me, I prefer to hang out alone than to be in the midst of people who are not thinking. Than to be in the midst of people who are not go-getters. It just won't work. And everything I say will begin to sound like you're bragging. And that's the truth. So find out, check out your circle. Who are the people that you're hanging out with? Who are your top 5 friends, closest pals? What are you talking about? What are you guys discussing? Are you just discussing nonsense? Or are you discussing things that would, help you grow? That would develop your business? Are you discussing strategies? Are you discussing growth? Are you discussing, progress, success? Are you discussing success stories? Are you emulating? Are you looking at, Tyler Perry built a world-class studio. He pretty much built a city for himself. Are you discussing how you can, take your own ideas to the next level? And currently, Tyler Perry is even building an airport. Yes. So it takes someone, a go-getter. It takes someone who dreams big. It takes you to dream big, to bring those thoughts into action. Because talk is cheap. The real work lies in taking actions. So what actions are you taking towards it? Guys, please ask questions. Feel free to, participate in this discussion. So look, who are your friends? Who are the people in your circle? So the people in your circle have a lot to do with how you think. They have a lot to do with how you reason, how you, your thought process and what have you. So if you have any dream at all, your dreams are never too big. You're not too small to dream big. So feel free to dream big. It costs no dime, but remember to work hard. So how to get that can-do attitude? Let me do a brief summary overview of all of those points that I've highlighted in this video. So the first step is to just calm down first. It all begins with your mindset. You calm down. Whatever it is that you have gone through or you're going through, calm down, all will be well. It's all going to be over. Those dark days are, morning is going to come. After weeping comes morning. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. So the first step is to calm down. It all begins with your mindsets. And then number 2, use the most powerful weapon that you have, that we all have, which is our words. Words of affirmation. What are you telling yourself? What are you telling yourself every day? Are you telling yourself I can do it? Are you telling yourself I can make it? Are you telling yourself it is doable, it is possible? So words of affirmation. Make sure that you believe, you say it and then you believe it, and then you take actions. Take actions. Hang around the right set of people. Do research. Remind yourself of your why. Write down your goals. Write it out so you can revisit it anytime. Revisit your goals anytime. So that you can, be on track. And the moment you find out that you're on track, you are good to go. The sky is your starting point. So tell yourself that you can do it. Become an activationist, not a passivationist. Activationists put, efforts into making things happen. They do it. They set their minds to do anything and they do it. But passivationists have ideas, but they never bring anything to action. So don't be a passivationist. So lack of action will bring about lack of success. So you need to take action and believe in yourself. And don't let money, time, condition, situation to limit you. Don't let whatever it is that you're going through, whatever setback you're going through, don't let it to limit you. And I shared the story of the donkey. How the donkey was able to climb on those sands that were meant to bury it, and he used that as a stepping stone to escape. So please don't forget, become an active activationist. Don't be a passivationist. Follow your dreams, follow your goals, make them become a reality. Thank you so much. I'm trying to make my sessions as brief as possible so that people can actually watch it till the very end. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I'll drop it on YouTube, and please feel free to leave your comments once you watch this video. Thank you so much for watching. Till I see you again next week, same time. God bless you. Bye.